Hi, this is Mr. Kays, and this is 6.5. We're finishing up the chapter on the Roman Empire. We've been through a lot, the ups, the downs. But what we are going to take away from Roman culture is quite a bit, as you're going to see here. A lot of Roman culture was borrowed from Greek or Hellenistic culture. Remember, Hellenistic was a combination of Greek, Indian, Persian, Egyptian. What is left behind with this Greco-Roman civilization? Well, what is Greco-Roman? It's classical civilization, a mix of Greek, Hellenistic, and Roman culture. The art and the literature that it developed conveys strength, permanence, solidarity. You see it in their buildings. You see it in their stories about their gods, the mythology, etc., etc. Sculpture is going to portray not idealism, but realism, the way things are. Roman sculpture includes bas relief, which means images projected in a three-dimensional quality from a flat background. You see this on the sides of buildings, on flat pieces of stone, where you might have the glory of Rome portrayed that way. Mosaics, which are nothing more than pieces of glass or tile or colored stone that are arranged to make pictures or designs. Maybe your bathtub tile has designs. Well, that's a mosaic, a type of mosaic. Frescoes, which are very brightly colored pictures, usually painted on walls. In 79 AD, you have a Roman town that is destroyed by the eruption of a volcano, Mount Vesuvius. They did excavations of Pompeii, and they found that a unique, they found because of the ash came so fast and people were killed so quickly, they died pretty much where they were. And they saw preserved Roman life as it was back then in the first millennium. Philosophy, you see that in Stoicism, which is developed by Zeno, who was popular with the philosophers of the day. And his idea was control your desires, control your emotions, live in harmony with nature, and Stoics believed in all things in moderation. Just like the Greeks had Homer, a blind poet, you have Virgil now, who is he's a poet who can see, but he wrote the Aeneid, in which he praised Roman virtues of strength, honor, loyalty, etc., etc. Ovid was a poet who wrote quite a bit of poetry, obviously, witty prose. And then we have a gentleman by the name of Tacitus, who was a historian, who wrote a very accurate portrait of Roman history. And he was really concerned that Rome didn't care about life. Life was cheap. Roman achievements, we see Latin is going to develop into these Romance languages: French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, and Romanian. The Romans developed concrete, a sophisticated piece of architecture called the arch, and a dome. That's all invented by Rome. A huge amphitheater for gladiator contests is called the Colosseum, and by about 80 AD they had 50,000 seats. So blood sport took place in the Colosseum. Aqueducts are water channels, like sluiceways, like rain gutters, and they were elevated and they were gravity fed. So water could be brought from the higher elevations down to the drier plains. And then their roads are going to connect every bit of the empire. Roman law is going to be important. The idea was everybody enjoyed protection of the law. If you're a Roman citizen, you would have a fair trial. Everyone has equal treatment under the law. The innocent were proven guilty. We're going to take that idea and bring it into our own modern times, but the burden of proof was on the accuser, not the defendant. You could be punished for actions, but not your thoughts. I think that's pretty funny. Well, I'm thinking about overthrowing the empire. Well, you'll be killed. No. You could be punished for actions, not your thoughts. And if they looked at an old law that just didn't seem fair, they could put it aside. They could get rid of it. So Roman law was really a basis of what's going to become our Western civilization. Roman law is going to be a culture, is cultural diffusion for the West. When we study about Western Civ 101, we're going to be looking at Greece and Rome for sure. And this is what is the enduring legacy for Rome, is these things. Well, this is the end of chapter 6. This is the end of chapter 6.5. See you down the way. What else could we talk about? Well, plenty. Bye-bye.